Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
Starting off in sports, Gervonta Davis's charges have been dropped. Who does he fight now? So all legal action on Gervonta Tank Davis has been dropped. He is free and clear to resume with, the sport of boxing, with his career, with whatever his next move is. He is free and clear to move into that path. So we're discussing what are his potential routes that he could take. Well, here's the thing. If I know anything about Tank, if I know anything about Tank Davis, I do know that he gonna fight somebody that we don't want to see him fight most, right? So whoever like the top 2 or 3 people you want to see Tank fight is not them, right? So let's get to like 4 or 5. I think 4 or 5 would be like would be the Roach rematch. I think that the Roach rematch is something that I don't know if Tank wants to even bother with. And it's also maybe one of those fights that he maybe didn't necessarily want, you know what I mean, in the first place, but it probably made business sense. Sometimes it make business sense and it don't make athletic sense, right? Like as an athlete, as the actual performer, this fight ain't getting you real turned up. You know what I mean? I think if you pay attention to Gervonta Tank Davis's energy, his body language, his enthusiasm, the way his charisma turns on and off, things like that, you can tell he was a lot lighter. Spiritually, he was a lot lighter and a lot more enthused about the sport of boxing in the build up to the Frank Martin fight. He was trolling, he was humorous, he was relaxed. He even fought like he was enthused, like he was happy to be back in the sport of boxing, like he was happy to be around the sport again. When Tank fought Frank Martin from round 1, he was on top of his game plan. He was on top of his game plan from round 1, and it worked like a charm. You understand? It was poetry in motion. From round 1, he was on his game plan. He broke the man down systematically, and then he was able to get a stoppage victory. So, as far as his future, I don't know. Like, I'd be shocked based on the way Tank Davis's team and him, sign off on fights and pick opponents is normally something that's marketable, but it isn't the fight that we're looking for. So do I think Tank, now that he's free and clear legally, do I think he's going to go and sign that Shakur fight? No. It would be an outlier. It would be outside of what we would consider the norm to be for Tank Davis. Let's just talk about it. Did we ask for the Santa Cruz fight? No. We didn't ask for the Santa Cruz fight. Did we ask for the Gamboa fight at that point in Gamboa's career? Did we ask for the Gamboa fight? No. Did we ask for the Hector Garcia fight? Did we ask for Hector Garcia? No. Tank don't fight the people we want him to fight. So now that his charges are dropped, when you say what fight do I think is next, something off-brand for sure. I think that, you can probably definitely bet your ass that it's not going to be, somebody in the top 3. Who are your top 3 people you want to see Tank fight, chat? Who are your top 3 people you want to see him fight? What, Shakur? Aside from Shakur, what? Maybe Teofimo? Who else? Aside from Teofimo, Devin Haney's pretty much out of range, weight-wise, because now all of a sudden, even though Tank went up to 140 and was able to stop my boy that just fought Pacquiao. Well, I can't think of bro name right now. I actually like him too as a fighter. LS Teca, Mario Barrios. Yeah, Mario Barrios. So he went up to 140, fought Mario Barrios, stopped him, and then said he don't want to fight at 140 no more. I don't think Devin makes 140 anyway for a Tank fight. He probably would have to do something like 143, 144, something like that. But, skills pay the bills, right? So the Devin Haney fight still in my top 3 for Tank. You know what I mean? But the Roach rematch ain't in the top 3 fights I would want to see from Tank. So like I said, if you're thinking about who Tank is going to fight next, realistically, start at 4 on your list of fights you want to see him take. Start at 4 and work your way down all the way to fucking 15. Shit, I'd rather see him fight Gary Russell Jr. than see the rematch against Roach. And this ain't no diss to Lamont Roach. I want Lamont Roach and Shakur to line it up. Shakur trying to fight Teofimo. Teofimo is a historical duck. He's a historical duck, right? So Shakur trying to reel Teofimo in for a fight might be as difficult as getting Tank to sign the paperwork to fight you, Shakur. So I think Shakur should go ahead and fight Roach. Roach is a willing opponent. His cachet is up because of how he performed against Tank. I think both of you guys get a lucrative payday, and we see a competitive fight. Lamont Roach likes to get close. He doesn't have the longest arms in the world. He likes to get close. He's going to fight. He likes to bang in there. No puffy. You know what I'm saying? So I like to see Lamont and Shakur line it up because we know Tank ain't going to do it. Tank don't listen. He not interested. He want to fight people he could look good against. He want to fight people he know he could score a knockout against and he could look good against. Give me somebody who look good, but it's too early. He's still a little young. Don't have the IQ. I can get in there, break him down, and look good. That was Frank Martin. It looked good, man. Frank swole, he buff. You know, did you see Frank could fight? Frank decent. Frank, man, listen. Frank never had a chance, chat. Frank never had a chance, chat. Find me somewhere telling y'all Frank Martin had a chance, chat. He had a chance to represent himself well, and a lot of people thought he did. I didn't. I thought Frank could have fought harder. I really do. I think he gave Tank way too much respect prior to getting into the ring. And I think it was to his detriment. I think he could have fought a more aggressive style. I do. And I think he could have managed his gas tank better if he wasn't so nervous. It is what it is. He bought the bullshit. He should have went in there with no respect for that man and fought him the same way he fought, what's my boy name that he beat up real good that was supposed to be a big step-up fight for him at the time? Hold on, let me pull up Frank Martin resume. Let me pull up Frank Martin resume right fast. He fought, what's my dog name? Michelle Rivera. When he fought Michelle Rivera, that was supposed to be a big step-up fight for Frank, and he showed out. Put a real whipping on that boy. He should have came out with the same lack of respect for Tank that he came out with against Michelle Rivera. He should have came out there with the intentions to really punch on Tank. Tank a man. He's a human. He concerned about your power. He got to be. It's in his best interest to be. But shit, you gave him a reason to stop respecting you, and that's when he got you up out of there. So, I mean, nah, what's next for Tank? Who knows? But we know it's going to be off-brand. That's my final prediction for that. We know that Tank going to fight some generic. He going to put something generic together.
Classic.
If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow. They don't